welcome back to my channel. This is Lavon and to Quarantine Collaboration this week with Superman Berrow of Before Club Therapy. So Superman showed us some great back stretches yesterday, and today's one of those days I need it.
Hey Levon, I'm in the kitchen now about to cook up one of your recipes. Can't wait to see what you got cooking up today. Today on Before Club Therapy, we're going to do some exercises for mobility for the thoracic and the lumbar spine. Stay tuned. All right, back to you, Levon.
Hey, thanks, Superman. So I'm making a chicken salad today. This is a recipe I have never tried before. So I'm using some of those tenderloins that I had left over from my grocery trip to Aldi's yesterday, using the non-stick cooking spray to cook the chicken. And you can bake the chicken if you prefer, or even cook it in the microwave. However, I like this method because the chicken gets a little bit brown. You don't add any extra calories with the non-stick cooking spray. And I just like the extra flavor that you get from browning the meat. Perfect fit. So I brown them on one side and then flip them over. Turn the heat down just a little bit. Okay, now I'm just kind of checking them to make sure they're browned. And now is where we just add just a little bit of water. And then put a lid on the skillet and make sure it's vented and just turn the heat down a little bit more. And that'll continue cooking up nicely and while I prepare the rest of the dish. So not much water, just enough to create some steam to finish that cooking process. So make sure it's vented. And the ingredients here are a red onion, about a cup of red grapes, some garlic, light mayonnaise, and some light low-fat, plain low-fat yogurt. You could use Greek yogurt here if you wanted to, or whatever brand of mayonnaise you want. Chop those grapes in half and then chop your red onion. And I don't know how you cut an onion, but I cut both ends off. Then I run my knife down the side of the onion and then just peel the whole outer layer. Now, my mother and I used to have some controversy over this method, and I never thought of it. When you slice a yellow onion, you really can't wash the outside because the skin is like paper. So with a red onion, no worries. You can wash it off and then cut it up. So you don't have to worry about introducing bacteria when you cut it. So whenever I cut, I try to act like a chef and do it how the professionals do. I try to watch and learn. Keeping the tip in one spot and then fanning out the back of the blade, it never really works for me. I try it that way and then I finish it up the regular way, but it helps. It makes it a little quicker. So I get the chicken out and let it cool while I work on the rest of the ingredients. So here I'm working on the dressing, and I've already put in the yogurt, and really it's about 3/4 of a cup, and then the mayonnaise. Now I added just a tiny bit of milk to the mayonnaise because it was kind of the bottom of the barrel, and shook it up a little bit, and then I had to pound it on the counter a little bit because it's one of those squeeze bottles, just to make sure that everything came to the tip. And I'll tell you what, it cleaned it out nicely. So good to the last drop, right? So about a 1/4 cup of the mayonnaise, that's about how much I use there. And then I add in the garlic, and I like to keep this, it's fresh garlic, but it's in a jar on hand. You get it in the produce section. I just like it better than chopping garlic, and I love the flavor that garlic adds to the recipes. I did find this recipe on Pinterest, and they actually called for garlic powder, but I kind of like the idea of using the fresh garlic instead. So just make sure that you don't have to whip it, but just make sure that everything's thoroughly mixed together, especially since you added that garlic in there. So now it is time to chop up all that chicken. I've been enjoying using some new tools in my kitchen, one of them being this cutting board. And I think I mentioned the other day that I have friends, Susan and Dan, that have a Pampered Chef business. So got it from them. I like it because it stays put on the counter. It has a rubber edge to it. So just like painting, it's good to have the right tools. So, but don't let that stop you getting started. Go ahead and do some cooking and see if you enjoy it, and then as you do, you can grab some more tools. Just same as painting. So I like to chop things up in rather large chunks. Again, my mother and I would have a chit chat about this, but she always cut things in real tiny pieces. So it's just a matter of preference, but I think you get a little more flavor when you make the chunks a little bit larger. So it may be tedious watching me cut chicken up, but it gives us a chance to have a little chit chat. So I really hope you're enjoying watching these videos, and if you are, please give us a thumbs up and share the videos. That would be awesome. And also subscribe to our channels, mine and Superman's, and you will see at the end that I will link to Superman's channel as well as mine, so you can just hit subscribe. And also you always want to hit the notifications, so that way you won't miss any videos. So this little tool is a scoop. I got that from Tupperware a long time ago, and I'm using Pioneer Woman bowls. I just love Pioneer Woman stuff. It's inexpensive. You can get it at Walmart, and the bowls seal up well. And these ones are, it's like a heavy plastic bowl, but the seal is nice and flexible too, so I like them. So I usually have a weekly paint show, but now I have a Tuesday night talk show as well. So I'm able to go live now on YouTube. So we'll be doing some painting and some chit-chatting. Okay, in the bowl with you, chicken. Isn't that scoop handy? Okay, away with that, and let's get everything in here and mixed up. So we're adding the grapes, adding the onions, lots of onions, I love it, and then the dressing. So this is making about 8 servings at about 1 point per serving. So I had a 1 cup serving, so I had 2 points. So I'm finding the right spoon. So just, mix this up thoroughly. You can even put the seal on your bowl and shake it if you want. Then seal up your bowl and into the fridge for a while. And there's my lunch. I had 9 tortilla chips, and yes, when you're on Weight Watchers, sometimes you count. But it was delicious. I want to thank you so much for joining and watching us. Again, tune in on Saturday at 4 o'clock when I do some painting on my step-by-step videos, and now on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Visit at lavintagedecor.company, that's my website, and then also on Instagram we're LaVintage Decor, and on Facebook LaVintage Decor Altoona. You stay well.